Are you guys hooked up to the electrical grid, or you have generators?
Not right now. It's solar.
Right now, there's almost
Solar.
We have
Okay.
like no power.
No power.
But
here
solar
on my
and
RV.
generators are the main thing because there's absolutely no utilities in Slab City. There's no running water, no electricity. Pretty much the only time the services such as like police or fire department come out here is when somebody calls them, and like sometimes they'll take their time.
There was a time when somebody down the way, right before Salvation Mountain, their place was up in flames, and the fire department got stuck behind the train tracks because there's a train just stopped there.
By the time they showed up, everything was burned.
Yeah.
Everything was gone.
Like well over 3/4 of the camp.
I know, and if you guys just like, I mean, if you pause and take a moment to realize how much more efficient they would have been if there was Lamborghinis involved.
They could have totally beat those trains.
I'm just saying, they probably could have driven right under that train.
What about Elon Musk building tunnels to Slab City to transport building materials and Lamborghinis?
I think
And fire trucks.
Yeah.
Then we just have people sleeping in the tunnels. It'd be way cooler down there.
Do you guys get earthquakes a lot here? I'm not from California.
I can't quite feel them.
Okay.
I mean, it's like
this place actually has some of the highest thermal activity. Like, and the fucking there's, you might not feel them, but there's sometimes over 200 tremors a day in this area. Yeah, because like
a lot of people said, you just get used to them. You
thermal
just don't
activity.
feel
I
them.
just think it's science sounding shit on.
How often do you guys make it into town to get supplies? Like water and stuff.
I try to get like every
have to pay to get down there.
at least twice a week, honestly. Like that's usually like the go-to for me, honestly. What about you?
Yeah, we got
Dude,
Slab Cap.
this is actually a really cool opportunity to mention. Like, we're trying to get deep freezers over here because we spend $5 for a 20-pound bag of ice, and in the heat it melts really fast.
Right.
And if we could get some deep freezers, like we got one, but and we've got like, you know, over here at this community center, like we got gangs of like solar power, but we don't have the deep freezers to get, you know. And if we can maybe get like some 2 liters of ice, we can make it so available to the community to have ice, you know, instead of spending, because a lot of people here rely on food stamps, and you know, you get like $250 a month, and then if you're spending $5 just for water, that's what ice is, you know,
Per day.
per day, you know, or maybe like every couple military training over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at like a Google Maps, of the mountains in this area, they've been just firing like round after round for generation after generation. If you look at Google Maps of those mountains, they're like silver, dude, because they're covered in lead. So that canal water, you know, think about it, like that was made
Water table.
Yeah, like that
Definitely
lead's
runs off into
probably
it,
getting
yeah.
into that water. And
Even
stuff.
though there's only like what?
That's just extra electrolytes.
Like 6 inches of rain a year here, 8 inches of rain.
Well, there's the monsoons though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in total.
The
like,
rain
it's-
doesn't even absorb into the ground. It just rushes everything.
Yeah, dude, entire camps. Like
Last
people
year-
just put their camps in places and then they'll disappear.
Last year, this house over here, the Katamari, he has a basement room down there, and all the water just flowed right down into it, flooded the room completely. And so, like at 3:30 in the morning, digging a trench all the way through our friend's property. It's like, yeah, sorry, you know, it's like we rushing water to like go for it, please. And so like hours of water just going down this canal until like I think it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, just rushing water through it.
Wow.
But like, yeah, so we try to take precautions, put like divots and stuff around like cleared out areas, like say driveway entrances, roadways and stuff. But yeah, no,
I had one camp down the way that I was staying at. It's got a fence around it, but the water just rushes in from the road into the camp and floods it. Because it's like lower, the camp is lower than the road, and the road just like flows straight into it. So literally everything that wasn't stacked at least 2 pallets high, so like those wooden pallets or like those plastic ones right there, stack 2 of those high, that's the only way anything's not gonna get soaked in the water. That's how much it would fill. But there's also like septic tanks under some people's camps, and when it rains, flow into that and just destroy anything that it touches because it's just covered in shit.
Oh, you like it, stop.
still.
I'm just glad I kept all my stuff in my car. Now my car is gone. It's that burnout one. Somebody tagged it. Now it's whatever you consider that now.
Really drag out. Yeah.
How do you get started out here? Like, how do you Like, do you have to know somebody or just like walk in someone's
I
camp? I want
knew
to live here.
absolutely nobody when I came here.
So
I was living in my car, just homeless on the street, trying to find a place, and then I was on YouTube, and some documentary came up for Slab City. And I
The
started
Vice
watching it. I think it was the Vice one, and then I saw a different one from like a news station, which had Internet Rob on the little display picture, the thumbnail. And so now Internet Rob stays at my camp. He was one of the reasons that I came down here. But I just decided, you know, I have nowhere else to go. This place seems pretty cool. It's about community and like freedom. Like nobody judges you. You can dress any way that you want. You can act any way you want. As long as you're not negatively affecting your neighbors, nobody cares. And it's a good life.
Why are you looking?
Some people have a lot of drama, but they mostly bring that shit. You can totally live a peaceful existence out here. And so, like, I just found it, fucking put it into Google Maps, started driving down here.
So where do you sleep? Like, what's your receptacle? Like, whose trailer is this?
This is his.
And how'd you get this trailer?
Well, I ended up acquiring a bike, and I sold it to one of our friends that actually builds the skate park. He builds the ramps and the quarter pipes and half pipes in there. And so he was actually looking for a downhill bike, and I just so happened to have one. And so I sold it to him, had my friend help me pay off the rest of the $300 for it, and then I just paid them off, and I ended up getting this.
There you go.
Heck yeah. Right now I'm in the process of hooking up a power system, solar. And so it's...
Is that what the reading you're doing here?
Yeah, our friend actually just found all those actually at the free slab, and I was just like, dude, honestly, we could use those because like they're really good reference books. So, like this one here, the fundamentals right here talks about a lot about tube radios and like old tube TVs and all like how they all work and shit. So I mean, that's good for referencing how to read schematics and stuff. So like if you like looking up like the actual like readout of the boards, you can actually like oh, so this is what it is. But,
And what's the deal with the Oasis?
coffee in the mornings
Coffees in the
and
morning.
acoustic night.
Nice.
They
Yeah.
also do mail for people. Like,
Yeah.
So like you can set up like with their address. So like any like regular mail, USPS will go there. You can go pick up your mail.
It's been here for a long enough time that when we did have a post office before it got burnt down in Island.
What's that other name people call it?
What?
You know the one.
Hmm.
You know the one I'm talking about?
For Oasis?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh man, I ain't gonna say it. I want one of you guys to say it on camera.
I don't know.
Old asses.
What's pretty?
I don't go to Oasis, but that's because I don't drink coffee. Nobody's mailing me anything, so.
How far is the range from here?
Like 2-minute walk like right there.
Yeah, so you go down the road, you go to the...
Go to the end of the pool and take a left.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And how often are there events there?
Every
Saturday.
Saturday, and then sometimes they have Friday shows.
Sometimes they do Sundays too.
Is it like a open mic kind of thing, or is
Yeah.
it?
On Saturdays they do open mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to sign up. That's like
There's different places, different camps around here that do all open mics. Like Oasis does acoustic night on,
Wednesdays, I think.
Wednesdays?
I'm 32 years old, bro.
Don't got your AARP card yet, huh?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And talent shows once a year at
Yeah.
the ranch.
Yep. Yeah.
Waiting
And
for
then
the
early in the year, about February-ish, they have like a BMX jam over there in the bowl, so that's always fun.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This last season, during the BMX Jam, we had the little ramp in the middle that has a
On
van
fire.
next to it. It was on fire, and people were jumping it, and this little 11-year-old on a motorbike jumped it.
Yeah.
What?
Multiple times. Yeah. See, like everybody, all the like big name bikers that were there, were just like, no, I'm not going on my bike. And the kid's just like, went down the ramp and just jumped it. it was actually pretty cool.
Let's shout out Rainbow's YouTube account.
Traveling Renegade.
Yeah, traveling
Traveling
renegades. If you want to go
Yes.
bombard those comments and
Yeah,
those
so
inbox,
like, if you just
please
need some
do.
easy snatch, like
There you
Yeah.
And where's the rabbit hole?
go. Well, not
Technically
anymore,
here.
but technically
Technically,
here.
it's here. It used
It
to
was
be.
Katamari.
Katamari.
It was Katamari. Now this is the rabbit hole.
That was funny. It was right there in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
a picture of that.
I actually used to work for the rabbit hole,
Yeah.
and then I left, and then nobody was maintaining it, so they shut it down.
Rabbit hole.
Single-handedly holding it up.
Honestly, yeah, kind of a little bit. But
I would say
left.
same thing with Handlebar and me.
You guys know Dr. Spencer?
Oh yeah,
Doc
dude.
Spencer.
I helped
Church of
build
Enlightenment.
like the bottom like area. You know, he's got the tower or whatever. Yeah. What's your opinion about Doc Spencer? Come on,
Interesting
be
guy.
honest.
He's an interesting guy. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. He's
Yeah, you do.
he has a vision.
I think he's a con man.
Thank you.
He's,
Literally,
skeptical.
I don't give a shit. Like, if you're gonna write a book and then put your picture on the front cover, fuck you. That's what I gotta say about that.
See,
Has he told
He
you?
told me about everything that
No
his
beer
mouth
for
could
me.
possibly say.
it says to properly chill. It's like, I'm still suffering. Sorry. I got kidney stones right now. I'm trying not to drink any alcohol.
Hey,
Didn't you?
you putting the rocks back in there?
I didn't drink a
I
beer
hope so.
today.
Good job.
Yesterday.
This coming season, you know, if you guys got viewers, I don't know what your viewership is, but like this coming season, like sucks the handlebar. I mean, I came here practically just for the handlebar,
He
like
was
so I was
doing,
pretty bummed about
he
it.
was
you know?
doing meals every night, even after Handlebar burned down, because
gonna
there's
be
nobody
Monday
else
night.
doing anything.
Yep. The Katamari, you know, it has a lot of the same personnel. It's got a pretty similar vibe. You know, it's I guess a little different, but it's you know it's the same kind of people, it's the same kind of community, and I don't know. I'm really hoping
Bottles over there.
to like push things in a direction where we can have more ice and stuff like that. So once again, if anybody wants to donate deep freezers, mind the wattage. We do have the power thing. Like we have to mind our watts. Like I mean, living out here, you have to look at the wattage of everything you plug in, or you're gonna blow the fuse, and it's like a real thing, you know. So, but
Yeah, it's your dad.
like if
She's
anybody
doing
on
one
YouTube or
podcast.
whatever wants to contribute towards us having deep freezers,
on,
it's
Daddy.
100.
Face
Well,
on
not
that.
right now. Today's not too bad, but like it gets up to 125, sometimes a little over here, and
I'm
it's
a
pretty freaking crazy, you know. And that ice water, if you have ice water, you can go and fix your car if you get stuck somewhere. You can work on projects. You can make your camp better if you have ice water because you can cool yourself off. You know, you can lower your body temperature. Otherwise, your brain's just cooking in your skull in the sun. So like the ice water, it's not just about just like a luxury. It's about like being able to have like a third of your life because for like almost 4 months, it's like 100. It's a lot. It's really hot. Oh, this stud.
Hey,
Hey.
you've emerged.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yes. Come on, come sit on the very little chair that exists.
I've been to Austin, Texas. I've been to Portland, Oregon. I've been to Los Angeles, and I see the homeless encampments where it looks like conditions are in some ways worse for people,
Yeah.
and there isn't the community in the way, like they don't have like, okay, here's where we're gonna have this community center. We're working on this project for
just
deep
fence
freezers.
themselves.
Like we're working toward projects. Like we could use these resources for those people there. It's almost like there is a society that they see, and it's like this constant judgment of like, well, we can never be like that, so why even bother? So it's like it's just. Whereas here, it's like you're starting from ground zero. You can make this place whatever you want it to be.
Absolutely.
And so there's this feeling of growth that goes into it. There's obviously problems and struggles, but
Right.
I don't know. I feel like
But
when
what
you,
town doesn't have that?
but also it's like that self-sufficiency of like, yeah, they can just cut off the food stamps or whatever. Whereas when you're kind of in the city, I think you almost grow more dependent on,
Yes, on
all
the
the people
services,
around
yeah.
you and
Yeah.
whatever busking or whatever is going on there. Like it just, there's definitely, I feel, a more independent mentality and vibe here, and there's less of that conflict between like, those people there, they judge us, and it's like, well, we're out here, no one's judging us
Right,
out here. If you want to come here, then you're in our
Come see it.
territory
Come and
now.
see it then.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Out there, it's like, no,
Right.
don't come look at our camp. And it's like, no,
Right.
come out and actually see how Slabs is.
Yeah.
That's
We'd
the only
rather
way to
people have a
actually
proper
experience
image
it.
than
Like you
what
can
they-
experience it through people's videos and all you
Right.
want. Like it's
Well, it's not really
It's not the
experience.
same. It's
Right.
You
I've
just
never
get what
seen
they
a
recorded.
YouTube documentary that even really like compares. It's not, but
Nothing.
Because you're just like you guys right now. You're coming here and you're getting this camp, this group of people,
Right.
and this is how we are, and that is vastly different than how people right over there live. For example,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
like, and they have their priorities, they have their way of life, they have what brought them here, and like,
Yeah.
and so like that's, you know, like it's impossible to make a documentary that you know,
captures
accurate.
everything or
Right.
generalizes. Yeah.
You come here to be yourself, and then maybe you find people that are like-minded, and you guys kind of like, you know, but we all kind of help each other.
Right.
People get skewed by like the stuff that they see online because like people know like who did something, right? Like if somebody was fucked over by somebody knows who did it. Like okay, then that must be a big problem. Like no, there's very few people in Slabs. It'd be like if you're at a campground in Mount Shasta or wherever, Joshua Tree. You probably know everybody that's around you because you've talked to them. There's not that many people that you're going to constantly see influxes and outfluxes. Like people coming in and out. It's people that stay, you know them.
That's where you were.
So like if you call somebody out, it's like not necessarily are they always a problem. It's just like you know who they are.
Right.
Everybody knows who they are. Pretty much everybody knows everybody's name in Slabs. Especially right now since there's like less than 200 people.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people.
It goes from like during
Snowbirds
season,
ran away
which is
for
about
the season.
2,000 ish
Yeah.
during season to like a bare bones of 150 to maybe 200.
Maybe, yeah.
Pure
Right now,
skeletons.
That
it's
kind
one
of
of the lowest
includes
that it's been
Nyland
since
too.
I've been
Like,
No.
it's pretty empty in Island. Oh
did
yeah.
you not see the?
Oh,
did you
yeah.
not see the?
It's
the
pretty
trailer
empty
park
out
right
there.
All cleaned up. And
Like a quarter of it is like empty now. Yeah.
Yeah, now you don't have to live 6 feet next to the next person.
Island is a trip.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know if you guys get bored and you want to. I mean, they did it in the Vice video. The Vice video kind of blows, but like maybe like go out on an island and ask them what they think about us. You know?
What do you think they think about you?
Oh yeah, they got all kinds of like you know. It depends on the person. Everybody's their own individual person, but. A lot of people maybe. I came here by accident. I meant to get here, but I came here by accident with a pack. I fell asleep and I woke up on a train in Calipatria, and like I went to the store and they like looked at me like, yeah, you're one of those guys. Go in there. I know exactly what you're about, dude. And I mean, well, they were right, but like, you know, it was just
No.
kind of like I don't know.
Going into Walmart and like watching the horde of like loss prevention crew, like kind of like tailing you the whole way through Walmart, kind of gets unnerving.
Raleigh
Because like they see us all go,
businesses
"Hey,
hate
how's
us.
it going?" to all of our friends
Oh
from
yeah,
here,
Raleigh
and so
has
they're
them
like,
there.
"Oh, they're one of them."
Nyland will.
Go keep eyes on them.
Nyland is only still has some businesses over there because of Slab City. Because there's only like 3 businesses in Nyland, but they're only staying open because there's slabbers
Right.
making
Go
way
there and
down there
spend
to
their
buy stuff.
Yeah.
There's probably more people in slabs than in Nyland.
Yeah.
And yet they're
believe
willing
it.
to charge $18
There
per pound for
were right
roast beef.
before the season,
Mm.
right before I left. Actually,
A
there
thing
were more
of
people
ham
in
is like
Slabs than
$6,
there were in
like
Island.
sliced ham for
By like a
sandwiches.
solid 300.
They're just overcharging people. And it's like, we know that you just get that like super cheap at like
Costco or Walmart.
Yeah, yeah. They sell Costco stuff at the little Nyland market. It's like, what the fuck? How are you doing that? They're not even set for resale.
I mean, but let's be fair to the new owners of the now Yeya's Market,
Yeah.
formerly Maze. They have, I mean, dude, like, yeah, sure, like, a lot of their food's the same price, but their, like, meats and delis and stuff's gone down in price, and now it's better pricing for meat than it is at Walmart, you know, in many cases.
Well, yeah, I don't have to pay $40 to get it too.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it costs like $5 to get to Nyland. Some people are charging more than that. Like if you need a slab cab, like to drive down there, and then to Calipatria, it's about 10. But some days, like people will be like, it's 40 to get to Raleigh. Like, what?
No, 30.
Yeah, it's usually between 20 and 30, but I've seen people try to charge people 40 for it.
Or like 60 to get to El Centro. It gets expensive.
Yeah, if you're trying to get to El Centro to get to the closest guitar center, all you need is a set of strings, right, for your guitar. You're paying $40 just to get there, and then like $5 for the strings. And there's no other way to do it unless you can get Amazon or something to deliver to you, and it's very hard to do that.
UPS
I mean, he
comes right
pulled
to
it
where I
off.
be.
But
Actually,
that's because we
they
have
pull
an
right up to me.
official address.
But they
so-
fuck up constantly. Like, I'm
And
still
they've
waiting
been
for my
having trouble
inverter and a solar control charge controller, so that I can finally have some power.
It can be challenging, but there are ways around it. Like, for example, like all of us come out here, there's no shitter, so we have to make our own. But it's not impossible to do that. Like, it's very simple. Like, that's porta potty right there. There was a porta potty over there.
until
use
somebody
it.
burnt it down way before the handlebar went down.
There's
But
a
it's
porta
very
potty
tall.
over there at
It-
Salvation Mountain.
Yeah,
So-
it
right
goes,
on, yeah.
If you go over to behind the skate park pole, you'll see mountains of dirt. Each one of those mountains of dirt used to be a shitter. Somebody dug up 10, 20 feet of a hole, filled it, made another one, and another one, and another one.
Basically, it's pretty amazing to see what people can pull off out here.
Yeah.
Because you really come out here with absolutely nothing, depending
No
on where
idea
you are.
what you're possibly
You know,
getting
and you have
yourself
no
into.
idea. Like when we first came out here, like I did have help from my grandmother, so I had a little bit more of a jump start than everybody else. But we definitely figured it out, and it's all just asking around and getting to know the people around you. Like they're pretty cool people.
I came in
depending
here
on
with a
where you
backpack
are.
sleeping on the couch and a handlebar.
Yeah,
Just
But
shy
it's
of a
cool.
year later,
It's-
I have an RV.
it's really interesting.
And it still runs.
And he has solar panels too.
Yeah, but no way to hook them up yet.
Yeah.
So
We should probably maybe mention how we're gonna rebuild the handlebar, but we need donated bricks of Lamborghinis. So if there's any
that's true. Yeah.
Lamborghinis,
Especially from like junkyards. You know, like the special
no,
Lamborghini
no,
SUVs.
because the
Those
junkyard
fill up a
Lamborghinis.
lot more
Remember,
space.
the thermal.
You said bricks.
What? No.
Yeah, you said bricks of Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're gonna
A
stack 'em.
Lamborghini is a brick.
Okay, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Okay, that's one. We need about just realistically, trying to be modest here, like about
15,
all
20.
of them.
So Elon Musk, if
The whole
you are
production
watching
line.
The
this,
whole production line would be great.
Elon Musk, you know, some
if you
type
could just
S's.
share,
You know,
that'd
some,
be cool.
say about 20 type S's.
Oh, I love
Teslas?
Tesla.
Yeah,
that'd
30,
be
40.
fucking
Like
Yeah,
what
about
you
30 or
said.
40 type S's. Elon,
Tesla's
you know,
dance.
it's
It's pretty cool.
I got a buddy named Brian who has a Tesla that he drives around.
he
He
kept
doesn't.
pulling
He's
up
not
to
in Slabs,
here.
but he comes down here to visit. And man, that thing is awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you can get solar hooked up to it, that thing will run indefinitely. But it's very hard to connect to the batteries.
How many Lambos could you fit in one of those?
2.
That's fair.
2. One on top of the other. You know, it's just
Yeah,
thinking that.
slightly shorter
the
Lambo
SUV.
on top.
Yeah, convertible.
Lowered.
Lowered, but
Convertible, you just take out the top.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna manifest a Lambo. Dude.
Yeah, we
It's gonna
are.
happen, dude. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. I've
It's gonna
been trying to make it happen, dude. It's like 2 years.
We also like
Watch
make like
Lambo
concrete and
roll by.
stuff. That's pretty cool. Like dude
Yeah.
over here at the Katamari, his basement it's like the walls and
Concrete
the floor are
boxing it.
concrete. It's really cool.
It's
Or like
his.
over at Red Rum, they got a bottle wall. So
It
it's
was
like,
his.
It was his, yes. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This place is interesting. Definitely coming from a place like because I'm from New Hampshire, where we are definitely deprived of a lot of things.
The
But
whole
coming
East
out
Coast
here
is kind of like
was,
that.
oh yeah.
It-
But it's interesting to see
East Coast
how
is more
people live
states.
when they're not given
Over
specific
here.
rules. Well, we
yes,
have
3
specific
states,
rules like
but
don't be a
West
dick.
Coast.
What about
You know, like
Iowa,
it's simple,
Idaho, or Iowa?
the golden rules. You know,
Mhm.
like the simple shit you learn. Be
Basically,
nice.
Idaho.
Yeah, dude,
Don't be a
totally.
dick. You know, like
Don't kill
Yeah.
anyone.
situations you
I've
gotta be
walked
careful.
person
But
all the way from
at the end of the day, it's
Spokane
a big old
Cross.
You
community.
wouldn't like any
Everybody helps everybody out. It's really nice.
walked in from Spokane,
It's
walked
nice.
over across,
And like
I dropped
if
down
there are
all the
people
way to
who are
Norfolk.
not
16 days walking
being good
in.
people, oftentimes that's where it gets a little tricky because we have to take it into our own hands.
Yeah, I did. My shit was
Like
right.
for
It was a
example,
lot
we had
of
someone
bullshit.
living
Missing
way
person.
back over here. If you see the vans and stuff, there was someone staying over there. We had to kick them out.
I
So
hated
a
the
group of
listing.
people came
They were
out
harassing
and they
people
got
and,
them
like,
to move their stuff, which is a
were
really cool thing
scared
to
for-
see. Yeah, they were scared of that person living there, and they were saying a bunch of bullshit, and so they got kicked out. And
Not
you
like
see that a
physical or
lot,
anything,
not
just like-
physically. No.
You gotta go.
It's mostly persuasion. We usually don't have to get physical out here. I say usually because I'm not a physical person. But like,
to get physical though, it's usually handled
I am.
like
Show us your back, Jesse.
80s.
Huh?
Show us your
No.
back.
What, the
Yeah,
cut?
you know, you
Oh,
go back,
God.
you fight it
I don't
out,
think
you
you can
shake
see 'em.
hands.
No, we said.
Yeah.
What was that from?
Well,
Trying to calm down a friend.
trying to calm down a friend, and miraculously a knife popped into my hand onto his back, and then the next morning he had to cut me because I had cut him. It's
Equality.
usually it's tit for tat for disputes. It's like if they're like,
And then it was
Is it like
squash.
mutually agreed upon or
yeah,
just?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like, yeah.
Yeah, the next morning he was just like, I gotta cut you. And I was just like,
So what
Yeah.
I'm asking is like, did you
yeah.
like turn around?
And so like mid conversation, he walks up to me over at handle. He's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Outside. All right. good enough. So I mean, it's.
Same
But
thing for this
sometimes
right
it
here.
just it needs to kind of go that extra
Up my
few
chest.
steps to
Yeah.
like, because there's every place is gonna have those troublesome people. Like it's, I mean, like cities, it's hard to like, oh, it's easy to just go, you know, it's just happening again. Well, there's like a few million people there, so it's like oh, okay, that's happening. Here it's just like no,
Can't have that happen.
yeah, we're not, no.
We gotta be
Go.
careful, you know.
And most
I
of
mean-
the people who come here came here, and they didn't come here because they wanted to rely on the police.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, somebody does you wrong in a city, you're probably never going to see them again.
Right.
It's a city
exactly,
of millions.
Exactly.
There's 200 people here.
Right. Yeah. There's 200 people, and it's just like you have to walk by the same person's place. It's like.
And it's usually that person you don't want to see is like right next to a camp that you got to get to.
Yeah.
Or like you know somebody.
Yeah, it's like,
And they tend to be
why are
there
you
and
at
you're
that
like, "Aw,
person's
man."
camp? I don't want to go over there. Can you
I
come
gotta
up
be
here?
nice.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, be calm. All right, take that time, that breath. You know, it's just like, all right. They've already been told, so I mean, it's next time. You know, it's next time.
Right. It's very, you know, like, I don't know. Some morals we have out here, I think people out there should have as well.
Yeah.
Protect your neighbors.
Yeah.
Protect
that
your
part.
neighbors. Yeah.
Like,
It's very important. It's very important.
What does your
Everybody
diet
matters.
consist of?
Nobody's special. Huh?
Your diet consists of what kind of
beer
food?
and water, maybe today so far.
Like what's like
Drink your
easy?
calories.
What's the easiest food that you consume?
You like
What's
load
your
up on
regular-
rice or like.
Rice,
Ramen.
beans,
Stew
ramen.
cans. Fridays we do a cookout.
Yeah,
We
if,
try
when
to
we get
try
paid,
to-
we try and do like a big cookout for a group of
ribs,
people. And
steak. Next week will be brisket.
This guy was straight ringing the bell over there for a communal dinner every other
Again
night.
tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah?
Oh, hell yeah.
Can't freaking wait.
Yeah.
No, but it's.
It can be, especially in the summer, it is a little bit of a struggle just because there's not as many people out here. But, like, also with, like, donations and stuff, because, like, all the camps that, like, had, like, Red Room is closed, the Handlebar burned down, the Katamari's not really open to people. So,
Oasis is
like,
only
we
in the
usually
morning
do
for
get a lot
coffee
of
and-
things like donations and stuff, but we can't really get them as easily in the summer because there's not as many places that are open and no one just wants to drop their stuff in the heat and then leave it for people to grab because then it gets spoiled. So in the summer, it I don't know. This is my first summer being out here. I heard last summer was really wild compared to this summer. It was also hotter, but I don't know.
Yeah,
For
last
being
summer
out
sucked.
here for almost a year, it's been interesting. I did have to take a break for like 3 months because when you come out here, you kind of have to have an understanding of yourself before you come out here and, you know, be a community. So I kind of went a little crazy, and so I had to leave for a couple months. He's been here consecutively, doing all the stuff and getting everything together.
Still haven't
Nice!
seen
Alcohol abuse.
How many years?
I've been here October 9th will be a year.
Okay.
So, yeah. in
Damn,
1
I
year
did
is
get here a week, like
2
a-
weeks.
2 weeks.
It was
2
2
weeks
weeks.
before,
I was
yeah.
asked end of September. Okay.
Yeah,
I
Elise
was.
made it very clear that you guys were out here 2 weeks before us. I don't know why it was so
She
important.
kept popping up stuff like 2
man,
months. and I'm
Elise,
like,
dude, the female Lucas, that's crazy.
How dare you?
I
How
meant
dare
physically.
you?
I very strictly only
Oh,
mean that
you meant
physically.
physically.
I'm so sorry, Lucas. I am so sorry. Elise's parents, if you're out there, please rescue this person so we don't have
She's
to.
back at mom's in Bend, Oregon.
Oh God. Gone. Poor mom.
All the people you know, who's been here the longest?
Dude,
Like, that's,
Probably Aaron, in my personal,
no,
like that I know.
personally met.
Connie's been here
Young
for like
Philip?
10 years. No.
Young
Connie's
Philip?
been
Mojo's
here
been here for 12
personally
years.
knowing them.
12.
I mean, I've been
Mojo's
talking
been
to
here
her
for
a few
12
times. She's
years.
been here for like 20 years.
Does he like visitors?
Who? Mojo?
Yeah.
Not at the moment. Her camp's not open right now.
Yeah.
The season.
beginning
Yeah.
of the season.
Yeah, if you come back during the cooler season, so like, well,
Yeah.
October, I
October
think
is
she's
usually
gonna
season
open her
starts.
camp. That's when the season starts. That's when it gets interesting.
Okay.
That's when there's a
Because
lot of
like,
things going on, like different
Oh, yeah.
events.
yeah, it's
going
cool
on.
enough to actually do stuff. So like,
And,
we're actually
February.
active. We're not
Yeah.
just sitting around like dying from the humidity and shit.
Do you know,
Every time we have like skate jam, BMX jams and stuff in the bowl.
is Jack still around?
Jack.
2 horse?
I don't know.
Slab City Jack?
Slab City Jack, yeah.
Yeah, he's over in East Satan.
East State.
Yeah.
Is that the opposite of East Jesus?
Yes.
That way.
Oh,
It's on Google Maps. If you... Actually, most of the camps are on, like the major camps are on Google Maps.
Yeah.
You can pull it up. Not sure about Apple.
Did they update Handlebar yet?
No, because technically that address is for skate park,
Yeah, it's
not
skate park.
handlebar.
Oh, really?
Skate
When you
park.
Oh,
look it
cool.
up, it
Okay.
says skate
I did
park
not
Slab
actually know
City.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's skate park.
Cool.
It
Okay.
only shows the picture for
The bowl?
the handlebar because that's
Oh, the
where
frontage.
Google decided
Gotcha.
to take the picture.
Yeah, gotcha.
They said, yeah, this is cool.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
It's a cool place. I like
You're a
it.
hater, son.
Compared to where I
Ray
was.
Baker. That's what we
Straight
find.
boring.
Maybe things you want to do.
Things I want to do?
What?
Or whatever. But,
Oh yeah, sure.
no, I mean just like, but like if your buddy wants to like continue making this, this video or whatever, right? There's the Katamari. I'm sure Aaron might be down to have, in my opinion, honestly, it's like the best house in slabs. I mean, you got a lot of like new slabbers here,
Do you know where it is?
and if you wanted to see how people have progressed,
Seriously,
yeah, like there's definitely talking to Aaron Katamari and stuff. That dude's yeah, something like that, dude, and he's got a really, oh man, the guy's ball's annoying, but like not to you guys, you gotta get to the nitty gritty.
Right.
Nah,
Yeah.
I love it, dude, but he's got a.
You guys
a
want
really
some
incredible
snacks?
mind.
Sure.
Yeah.
What is that?
Chocolates, crickets,
Oh,
freeze-dried raspberries.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to try one actually. Heck yeah.
Yeah. There's Aaron
Fuck yeah.
Katamari. He does a lot for the community.
I'm gonna grab a piece for him because he just walked away.
Who else would be cool to talk to?
Oh, they're cold.
Yeah. I've been to England before.
Oh nice. Where'd you visit?
Britain. Fucking, not Britain, fucking,
London.
London. Right.
That one.
Well, I've been there a few times. My mom's a French citizen, so like we'd always just like hang out there for a little bit before we get to France. Take a shot on shit. I've always been to like Scotland and other places. But I was pretty young when I went and explored outside of
Military? Military parents?
Yeah, my parents are military. And that's why I got together.
I was about to say, wow, that's a very eventful life.
Is there something you feel is like common to the background of people who end up here, like military parents or
No,
anything like that?
actually.
It's just everybody's from a different background.
Yeah.
Our community looks after each other, and we care about each other. And we have a certain like we have like ethical standards that we hold each other to. So that's probably why we don't look all fucked up.
Right.
Straight up. And
Yeah,
you're
it's
right. You're absolutely right.
A lot of people out here in the summer, like,
Not gonna lie,
like
people
there's
kind of lose
people-
their mind.
Right.
yeah.
The sun does bake the brain, and some people do have drug tendencies.
Right.
So I mean, kind of, or alcohol tendencies, which I mean, the heat and that kind of doesn't mix quite well. It does kind of get tougher because people are slowly boiling the brains out here.
Yeah.
Tensions do get high, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're still friends. Like we still look after our neighbors. It's. I don't know. It's the only place that I've traveled around the country. I've hit 44 states, including Hawaii, in 6 years. So I mean, this is the only place that there's been this like actual community standing, like actually like that watch after each other. Because like you guys were saying earlier, you go to the major cities and you see all like the camp dwellers and all that stuff, and like everybody's for themselves, only trying to help themselves. Like, but here, like we come together. Like it's only place in the entire country that I've actually seen this at. Like, but like. That's why I've been here for a year and I never stay longer than like 3 months in a place, if that. Like that's only a comfortable loop if I find one. Like 3 months is usually my max. Here it's been almost a year so far. So I think the community like style that people live here, like taking care of each other, helping out with like shit, digging a trench so that the water doesn't flow into their house. I mean like. Can I store my food in your cooler? Do you have more ice? Like, we don't have ice over here. Can I store my food in here for tonight? And yeah, go for it. Yeah. I mean,
It's like a family.
yeah. It's you and definitely during the summer you find the ones that you want to stick around and stuff for.
Also, during the on season,
Yeah.
when there's like 2,000 people
Yeah.
here, you could invite more businesses
Yeah.
to show up, more vendors.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the reason they get away with charging such high prices is because there's only 200 people here.
Right. Exactly.
And so if there was just more people, larger market,
yeah.
more business owners would show up, And then you could also purchase in bulk and just kind of save it throughout the off season.
So speaking of small businesses,
stuff.
you guys seen those two-stroke motorized bikes people build and drive around?
No, don't think so.
Oh no, I'm okay.
They haven't heard us go by yet.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big
Alright, so they make little kits
It's got
that
like stuff in it.
they put a
No.
49cc, a 66cc, or an 80cc two-stroke gas engine kit that's designed to mount onto a bicycle. Now I build custom ones, and I currently have a street bike built.
What do you think?
Kimura
Not
Kawasaki
for you.
Ninja style, ride style. I got a cruiser.
It's not for you.
It's a beach cruiser frame with a 26-inch rim in the front and 24 in the back, so it leans back a little bit. Then I have a stretch chopper build I just finished up that I'm adding an electric drive to as well. And it's two frames. It's a 700C frame with a 24-inch front fork and a 24-inch rear frame chopped and mounted to the rear dropouts. And then a 20-inch rim on the back. So I build those. I just finished my prototypes, and I'm going to be building stock to be able to sell that people buy when they come in this winter.
Oh, for the people who come in the winter.
Yeah, we don't have any money out here right now.
Yeah. It's
But for like the your question, because it's harder to do that stuff than you think, to be honest, because not a lot of people. Companies don't want to come out here because it's trashy.
right. There's always a
They
bad
don't.
stigma.
Yeah, they have their opinions, which is fine. You can have your opinion, but I do think that they should try it first. Like a lot of the people who aren't
Just
here
like
right
y'all.
now.
Y'all came
Yeah,
out here
right.
after seeing documentaries, and you're just like, I'm probably just putting words in your mouth, but you've seen more than just like a handful of documentaries about Slab City, right? So, what was the stigma that was on there? It's hard living and crime, right?
Yeah.
And tweakers, yeah.
Yeah, and tweakers, right? Yeah.
Well, when you search it on YouTube, one
Yeah.
of the things that pops up is you can sort it by tweakers.
For Slab City. Fill you in a little real quick. Usually, if you see them carrying a club, it's usually for the dogs. It's self.
We have some aggressive
They wanna
dogs
attack
out
Like,
here.
I've been driving my
Dogs
bikes home
attack
from
them.
swimming some days, and a dog will come out of the can and start biting me.
Yeah.
Where's the nearest swimming spot?
Well, there's a
Upper
pool right there if you want to
lower
try it.
canal.
different
There's a
directions.
pool. It's a little low right now. We got a natural hot spring over that way.
Oh, really?
Too hot right now for it though.
Yeah, you gotta go like 2-3 in the morning if you want to go in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like what temperature is it usually at?
Usually about 140, 150 degrees.
So it's really nice in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But at
But it's
wintertime,
not nice right
wintertime it's about 90
You've been
to
to-
120.
Yeah, it gets cooler. Yeah,
There's one
it's because the
like,
heat
down the
isn't
street
warm
from my
enough.
house.
Nice. Heck yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, technically, yeah, the upper canal is closer, but people prefer the lower canal, and there's a
careful.
cold shower.
But careful with the upper canal because you can
Yeah.
get caught.
You can get caught there. Yeah.
You're not supposed to be swimming
No.
there.
No.
They have a sign up there for
technically.
$25,000 reward.
Wow. They really
For-
want
for
people not.
arrest.
But that's if you're in the water. If you're out of the water and soaking
They
wet,
can't really do
they
anything.
can't do anything about
Me
it.
and my friend actually were like walking out of the area how we got in, and we see the irrigation truck roll up really quick and then sees us away from it and immediately turns around. So
I
Yeah.
had a friend who actually died in that.
And then there was one.
He jumped in after himself.
Wow.
an island, there's packs
Lot
of
of,
wild
wild
dogs.
dogs, yeah.
Like it's the dogs that have gotten out and like just the owners have completely forgotten about it. They've made their
They
own
become
packs
feral.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely feral. The one in Brawley, I literally saw the alpha dog was a Chihuahua.
Hell,
I am not
It's
even
had the
bullshitting.
attitude.
It was a
I gotta
fucking
check out
Chihuahua.
what these guys are doing over here. I don't know what
yeah.
they're getting up to, but I think he's showing them the technical business aspects.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get a look at that for a second.